This is a kind request to all the participating schools once again. Kindly take your seats. Within few minutes, we are about to start this grand event, which is called AFS West Zone Regional Meet. We all are excited. We all are energized. We all are cheerful, and I'm very sure that the flow of energy will not go down till the end of the day. And as said by Mansima, that in evening we are about to go to a religious place, rather spiritual place, whose site Gurudwara. And if we would like to have that auspicious event in our life, we need all of us to begin the event in time. So once again, a kind request to all the participating schools: be at your places. Kindly be seated. Within few short minutes, we are going to start AFS West Zone Regional Meet. Day 1 rather. Yesterday it was day 1 of registration, but I would say this is a main day. So आज का दिन बहुत important है. हम सारे ये सारा जो एजेंडा आपके साथ शेयर किया गया है वो टाइमली ख़त्म हो, टाइमली शुरू हो, इसके लिए आप सभी का सहयोग होस्ट की तरफ से मैं आपको रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि हम होस्ट के साथ सहयोग करें और सारे इवेंट्स समय पर शुरू करें और समय पर ख़त्म करें. धन्यवाद.
सुबह है नई, नया है सवेरा, सूरज की किरण और हवा का बसेरा, खुले आसमान में सूरज का चेहरा। RKSVM को देखो, सुबह है सुहानी, आइए मिटाए जीवन से अंधेरे का पहरा। Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to all present here, respected teachers and students. A special thanks to our chief guest of the day. It's an honor to be graced by the presence of such eminent personalities with us. Once again, I take this opportunity to welcome our respected MD Sir, Shri Subodhji Kakani, MD Ma'am, Rajkumari Ji Kakani, our Chief Guest, National Director AFS, Vidya Ma'am, Coordinator Schools and Volunteer, Sarita Ma'am, Regional Head Officer, AFS, Ms. Seema Sheikh Ma'am. Please welcome them with a big round of applause.
A very fanatic morning to everyone. I'm Shruti.
And I'm Adishri,
your host for the day. It's my absolute pleasure and honor to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of AFS Regional Meet, where we come together to celebrate the power of knowledge, learning and growth. This event marks the beginning of a journey that will inspire, enlighten and empower each one of us in unique and profound ways.
এটা কি সুন্দর দিন আছে তাই না? A beautiful day, isn't it?
Indeed. But why suddenly Bengali?
Just trying to speak the language. Our national anthem was first written in.
Talking about our national anthem. Well, do you know the song was first sung publicly on December 27, 1911 at Calcutta session of Indian National Congress and was titled The Morning Song of India.
So, let's hum the song closest to our hearts, our national anthem. I request all of you to stand up for national anthem. Stand at ease. Attention. I request school choir to start the national anthem.
Jana Gana Mana Adhinayaka Jaya He Bharat Bhagya Vidhata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkala Vanga Vindhya Himachala Yamuna Ganga Uchchala Jaladhi Taranga तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे
भारत माता की जय। भारत माता की जय। भारत माता की जय। As we stand here today, we are reminded of the importance of education in shaping our future. This event brings together educators, students, thought leaders, and innovators, all with a shared commitment to create a brighter tomorrow. Whether it is through the exchange of ideas, the sharing of expertise, or forging the new partnership This gathering represents the collective power of learning.
I would like to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests who have graciously joined us today. Your knowledge and insights are invaluable, and we look forward to the conversation and discussions that will unfold throughout this event, an opportunity to learn, connect, and grow. This event is not just about gaining knowledge, but about fostering an environment of collaboration and curiosity, where every voice is heard and every perspective is valued.
As we embark on this exciting journey, let us recall the core mission of AFS: create a more just and peaceful world through intercultural learning by facilitating exchanges that connect people across the border. AFS promotes the values of respect, empathy, and understanding. The organization that believes that when individuals from different cultures connect on a personal level, it fosters greater global cooperation and tolerance. Many ideas grow better when transplanted into another mind than when they sprang up.
So, let us proceed with the events that will help us to learn, grow, and nourish us as a leader being. Our days are power-packed with oratory sessions, impressive performances, appetizing exhibits, and scintillating tours. Now, I would like to call Rajaram to disclose the theme of this AFS meet. Please, Rajaram.
Thank you, Shruti. It's truly an honor to welcome you all to this event where we come together with a common purpose to explore and embrace the theme of sustainability. In today's world where environmental concerns, climate change and resource depletion are becoming more critical than ever, it's time for all of us to rethink how we live, how we consume, and how we protect the future for the generations to come. Sustainability isn't just a buzzword. It's a call to action that each of us must heed. But where do we begin? Every action, no matter how small, matters. So as we embark on today's journey of learning and action, let us keep the theme of sustainability at the core of our discussions. Every decision we make has an impact, and we have the power to make positive change. Let's be inspired by those who are already leading the way, and let's challenge ourselves to think creatively and act responsibly. Let's open the day with a sense of purpose, hope, and determination as we delve into sustainability, a theme that holds the power to shape our future and the future of the planet. So now I call Niteshri and Shriya to forward.
Now we move to felicitation ceremony. But before we proceed, let us take blessing of Ma Saraswati so that our day and sessions go well. It signifies the dispelling of darkness and the arrival of wisdom, knowledge, and positivity. This ceremony holds a special place in our hearts and symbolizes the warmth of light, which we believe will guide us through the path of success and fulfillment today. To begin with purity, piousness, I request respected MD sir and ma'am to please come and do the offering to Ma Saraswati. I also request our distinguished chief guest to kindly come forward and light the ceremonial lamp, accompanied by all the dignitaries. We request you to please come forward and take place near the lamp.
शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं
भवति पुरन्दिः स्योने सीदसदने पृथिव्याः अभित्वा रुद्रापसवो गृह्णन्त्विमा ब्रह्मपीपिः सौभगायाश्विनाध्वर्जोषा दयतामि हत्वा अग्निर्ज्योतिर्ज्योतिरग्निः स्वाहा सूर्योज्योतिर्ज्योतिः सूर्यः स्वाहा अग्निर्वर्चोज्योतिर्वर्चः स्वाहा सूर्योपर्जोज्योतिर्वर्चः स्वाहा ज्योतिः सूर्यः सूर्योज्योतिः स्वाहा शुभं करोति कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदां शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते भूदीपदेव रूपस्त्वं कर्मसाक्षी अविघ्नकृत् यावत् पूजां करिष्यामि तावदत्र स्थिरो भव.
As the flame burns brightly, let us remember that this light represents knowledge, hope, and enlightenment. Just like this flame illuminates the surrounding, may our minds be enlightened today with new ideas and inspirations. We now look forward to the journey of the day ahead with enthusiasm and zeal.
Thank you to all the esteemed guests for lighting the lamp. The divine light of the lamp now illuminates our gathering, and we are ready to embark on a meaningful and enriching experience today. Once again, a heartfelt welcome to all, and we hope you enjoy the program ahead.
Now we will move to the felicitation part.
It is said, when we honor greatness, we inspire a generation. Today, we are privileged to celebrate the presence of individuals who have distinguished themselves through their extraordinary contribution to society. Their achievements inspire us and ignites the fire of excellence.
Absolutely, buddy. It is our honor to welcome these eminent personalities whose dedication and perseverance have left an indelible mark in their respective fields. Before we proceed, let us extend our heartfelt gratitude to them for gracing this event with their esteemed presence.
To begin the felicitation ceremony, I would like to invite Vidya ma'am to the stage. I request MD sir and ma'am to felicitate them. Thank you, ma'am, for being a beacon of excellence. Let us show our appreciation with a big round of applause.
I would like to call Sarita ma'am on stage. for felicitation. I would like to call Seema Sheikh ma'am for felicitation on the stage. I would like to call Shruti and Adishri Di to take you all for an enjoyable ride of events ahead.
That's right, Povada. As many of you may know, it's an unique form of ballad sung in praise of horses, heroes, gods, or special occasions.
It is full of energy and enthusiasm, narrating tales of valor and glory. Our students will now present a povada that captures the spirit of this scintillating AFS meet. Now, as promised, let's take a journey through the vibrant colors of Maharashtra. Our students have prepared a special performance that offers a glimpse of this beautiful state. From the folk dances of the Lavani to the rhythmic beats of Povada. Each act is a tribute to rich culture and traditions that define Maharashtra. लेख करणं आपलं आद्य कर्तव्य आहे. म्हणून मी आपल्या समोर या पवाड्याच्या माध्यमातून सर्व पर्यावरण रक्षकांची नावं सादर करीत आहे. प्रथम नाव श्री अंजेला रायजी, दिव्याजी अरोरा, सिद्धार्थ सिंह जी, जयंत लालजी, दिव्याजी ब्यांजल, सीमाजी शेख, सरिताजी बंदवार त्याच बरोबर राजेंद्रजी सिंहदाना, वसंत देवी असे हे सज्जन. काकानी परिवार त्यांनी दिले विद्या मंदिर विद्या जय महाराष्ट्र
Wow, what a vibrant performance. Please give a big round of applause for them.
Our first keynote speaker is none other than Mr. Ram Kakani, a visionary leader and an epitome of excellence in education. Due to some unavoidable circumstances, Sir is not present physically, but his unavailability will not be felt as he is joining us virtually. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Mr. Ram Kakani to share his thoughts and wisdom with us. Please welcome Sir with a big round of applause.
Namaskar, friends. I hope I am audible, and it is a privilege to be part of this particular event. You want me to speak to me in, should I speak in Hindi or should I speak in English? What's your preference? Sujit ji? Okay, fantastic. Thank you. It's a privilege and honor to be part of this particular occasion. I firstly apologize that I am not present in the event physically. It's because of certain institutional engagements which a Government of India employee has to adhere to. Otherwise, I would have loved to be part of this particular place. I would congratulate RKVSM for having this particular event, and I saw the schedule. It has been extremely well made. So to the teachers and the students, I call students as whatever you can say, children. It's a privilege to essentially be part of this occasion, which is grand and wherein you are going to be part of certain engagements which will take you across varied experiences. The point is, I'll tell you a small story and let's see what take homes can we do. There's this very beautiful Amar Chitrakartha story, and somewhere you can say, love Amar Chitrakarthas in some sense, and I'm addicted to them. So there was this guy who essentially was digging a well for water. He dug for 15 feet and then he got tired and he gave it up, saying there is no water coming in. Then, when he was tired and seated, a friend of his came, he said, "Arey, yahan koi khodta hai kya? You should not kind of dig here. I will show you a place where you should do it." And he took the person at some other place, a nearby place. He said, "You see, you should dig because you see there is a tree also nearby." He said, yes. He dug about, so next day he started and he dug for about 20 feet. And finally he got tired, there was no water. When he was tired and seated, there was a sage who was passing by. That particular sage essentially came across and asked what happened. He said, "Look, I was searching. I wanted water, and so I have. Yesterday I did so and so, and today I did so and so. So I'm unable to find water." He said, "Look, I'll show you one place. You should understand that one needs to understand the you can say sacred rituals, etc., that should be done, and then you should start, and I will also show a location where you should do it." So he said, "Okay, okay, very nice." And sage is a sage and a revered person, right? So he moved there and he heeded to the advice, went there, and for 2 days he kept on digging, and he did about 23 feet. Nothing came out. Then after that, a few people were crossing that particular river. They said they were experts in forest management and rivers and water management. They said, "I think you are essentially where you are digging is having a lot of rock, etc. So you do one thing. Why don't you try out digging at so and so location, which has a little more, you can say, wherein some 3 to 4 parameters are better." I said, "Okay." He went and dug there. So in the process of that, at the end of, let's say, about 7 to 8 days of this whole thing, he was tired and he sat saying that there is no water, and he's kind of dug at about 7 different places, 7 to 8 different places, and so the friend asked, "How much have you dug?" He said, "I would have totally dug about 138 feet. "Is that so?" "Yes." The friend said, "You are a fool. Had you stuck to only one place and dug 138 feet, you would have found water anywhere in this particular area." So, what is the summary of it? Summary and take home of what I am essentially sharing is, friends, focus on one particular aspect and keep doing it with a lot of purity, patience, and perseverance. Changing your goal from one to another. आज क्रिकेट खेला, कल कबड्डी खेला, परसों टेबल टेनिस खेला, तरसों लॉन टेनिस खेला, will not take you anywhere else. Similarly, today trying to do MBBS, then essentially writing an entrance exam with lakhs of students, and suddenly getting frightened and tired, thinking that this is not feasible, and even the parents supporting that, "Oh, we agree this is not feasible, you try and do something." And keeping your goalposts changing. Let's say initially MBBS, then thinking of a geology master's, and then thinking of something in business, and then thinking of an MBA, will not take you anywhere. My suggestion to each one of you is, in case you pick up one particular goal, stay there, keep focused, keep trying, dividends will come. You will definitely get rewards and benefits. If you keep changing from one to another, you're going nowhere. It is very difficult to imagine that you will do well. And that's something which I will humbly request to each one of you. And which is the first take home of, you can say, my session today. The other aspect essentially I would like to focus is the aspect of what we call as, it's an occasion wherein you are going to meet people from other schools, other communities, and various other places. You learn a lot. In life you learn only by two things. One, by traveling. That is, I'm talking of learnings of life lessons. I'm essentially talking of life lessons. I'm not talking of the education. You learn life lessons about humans and human beings by way of doing only two things. A, travel, especially traveling alone. And second, by running around the courts. You would agree that neither you nor I would like you to run around the court. That option is something which we should not even think of. If that is not an option we have to pursue, then I think we need to think carefully and understand that traveling, meeting people, people who travel from other places, spending time with them is going to be immensely beneficial and immensely learning. Why? Because you understand various small facets of life. Many things which we think as इसमें क्या गलत है या what is right in it, perhaps you are not understanding the context and the life experiences of the front person. Hence, when you meet people from other communities, when you embrace people with other thoughts, you will grow a lot. I'll give you a very, you can say, a very quick example here. I'll share my experience with you. Earlier, see, when I traveled to, many of you might think Africa kya hai, it has got hardly anything to learn, etc., etc. I'm sure many of you would be having this particular baggage in your mind. Let me share 3 to 4 very beautiful things which I learned at Lagos during my travel to Nigeria, Africa, and Lagos Business School, to be specific. We think India is a diverse country. Itne samaj hain, itne communities hain. There are this, let's say, this Teli, Yadav, Rajput, Chaudhary, Muslim, Christian, etc., etc., etc. I'm sorry to say, you have to actually visit Nigeria. You will think that India is very less diverse. India's diversity of community is very less. And what I'm trying to say is, yes, we are a diverse nation, but not to the extent which some of the countries like Nigeria have. And hence the challenges are super duper. When you come across diversity, our ability to accept someone else and some other thought process is very tough, because we are all prone to what I will call as confirmatory bias. हमारे दिमाग में ये होता है कि हमने जो सोचा है वो सही है, and often we try to rationalize it in our own fashion differently. But traveling to Nigeria opened that part to me. Number 2, traveling to Nigeria also told me some of their education systems are so good that I don't think even an IIM or a XLRI or any other institute comes near when it comes to some of their courses that they teach. I was surprised by the level of education that they were doing. In fact, I was co-teaching a course with a Lagos Business School professor, and the level to which he was taking, I felt, wow, this is one person from whom I can learn from it. In other words, you can always find oasis in dry areas as well. Third, there are so many nuances that you can learn by spending time with indigenous communities and many of these friends from Africa, that it's very difficult for you to imagine that you will be able to learn if you're not able to travel to these kind of places. The point is, I'm not saying each one should travel to Africa, but I'm saying in case you catch up or meet someone from that particular ecosystem or place, it makes immense sense for us to kind of learn from him or her or his experiences. Same goes for you when this kind of an event is happening at your school and place that is there. Make use of it. That was the second thing which I had in mind. And third, it's a very big event, very big occasion. And I'm privileged that the management of RKSVM deemed it fit to invite me. And I feel honored to be part of this. But there are a few things which we need to also take into account. And how do I say this? In life, there are many experiences which are there wherein you don't need to be a perfectionist. I have seen something. मैं एक आपको छोटा सा कहानी बोलता हूँ. Maybe the lessons from that will help you in terms of understanding it. There was this Sethji who called a carpenter. That carpenter was a perfectionist. He said, look, I want you to make a toy for my child who is going to be born next month. अगले महीने एक बच्चा होने वाला है मैडम को, तो प्लीज आप एक बढ़िया सा टॉय बनाइए. This guy said okay. He's a perfectionist. He, after every month he would be reminded, he would say, अभी मैं काम कर रहा हूँ ना, disturb क्यों कर रहे हो? So much so time went by. And this particular child in fact grew, this particular child in fact grew to an adult. And still the toy was not ready. Because every time that guy will go, the carpenter will say, come afterwards, I'm working on it. Because he was dealing with a perfectionist. The summary or take home of what I am trying to say is, don't be a perfectionist. One should understand that 98, 99 is okay compared to 100. It is perfectly fine. Don't try to be there in, I'm saying, smaller kind of initiatives that are there. Be practical about life and take those things in life and keep moving. So with those, I think, snippets and words words of wisdom or whatever, I would give the floor to question and answers, and I'd be happy to take the same till 10:10. Most welcome. In case anyone has.
Please give him a big round of applause, everyone. Thank you so much, sir. Sir is here among us, and if anyone among the audience has any doubts, sir is here to cater our doubts. So you are welcome with your doubts and you can ask. Volunteers are there with the mic. Please stand up if you have any questions. We request
Sir, privileged to have you here, right from the city of Raipur. I am Raipur. I just would like to get your guidance, especially being an educator. Sometimes we also are caught in a situation where parents are always going behind the trends, like being an IITN, being taking an entrance to the IIM, or maybe being a doctor, an engineer. So I know you are right now in IIM, but despite being an IIM, you might have explored there are even better opportunities, or even there are far different opportunities than what the world is exploring right now. So if you would put some light on the different perspectives of the careers, as many of the educators are there, they can go back and take away this point and guide the parents in the best of their manner. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So I think I heard your query. Essentially, it is about what are the career alternatives that are there and how one can keep pursuing. And so, first and foremost, I think I would be honest in saying that it will be a very good idea for both teachers and the young children to understand that you can't be guided by expectations and benchmarks which are created by people who are not lacking the context. भाई मैं तेंदुलकर को एडवाइस नहीं कर सकता कि कैसे खेलना है, कब क्या करना है, क्या नहीं करना है. At the most I can say, why don't you take a break of 2 minutes, or why don't you drink water? But I can't kind of ask someone who's on the ground, even if I am a coach, saying do this. Because the one who has a sense of smell, understands the context, has absolute information, is possibly the one who is at the site of action. Right? In that sense, I would possibly say that have your own dreams, create them, understand that the alternates, career alternates are moving much, much faster. I'll give you 3 to 4 examples, friends, to my young students who are there. I'll give you some examples of what we are planning and how some of these alternate options will be there. After 12th, during our time, that is, I'm talking about 1980s, there was only 2 to 3 things one could have done: law, engineering, medicine. If you see what has happened right now is there are so many alternate professions that are there: journalism, history, economics, data science, and multilingualism, that is essentially learning about other languages and aspects such as those. And the best part is magic in higher education happens when there is cross-functional endeavors that are there. So, to the parents, I think you may like to inform them that the career alternates are very many. They are beyond IITs or IIMs. I'm sure they have dreams, you will have to respect their dreams, but finally you have to create a certain dream as a student and move on those lines. Creating a dream, finalizing it, वो एक दिन में नहीं होता है भाई. It essentially will take some time. It possibly will take about a year. It's like at your age and time, you will keep growing and modifying your dream also, that destination also. Let that happen. There is nothing wrong with that. Understand that there are some very good masters in dual degree programs which are going to happen in various places, including IIMs also. You may think that I am marketing IIM Raipur, but no, I am giving you a small example. If you are not writing CAT, if you are not going to, let's say, do an MBA, what can you do from an institute like IIM Raipur or IIM Bangalore or some other place or any other institute? You can do Masters International Dual Degree Program. Means 1 year in IIM Raipur, 1 year in England, to be specific, University of Wolverhampton, and then find a job in Europe for a year or two. That is because it's going to be a 3-year visa there, and move further in life. What we are essentially saying is we are planning to offer 1 master's in technology management, 1 master's in public management. So there are a lot of alternates. By this illustration, I am saying there are a lot of alternates. Don't go for a low-hanging fruits or be guided by what has been a benchmark in the past. They're there. We respect them. But if there are some alternate options and alternate avenues that are there, you should keep your mind open and pursue the same as well, is how I'll put it. I hope I have answered the query.
Thank you so much, sir. Anybody else? Yes. Due to the shortage of time, we request only 2 questions ahead.
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, madam.
Yes, sir. Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you, and your speech was very wonderful. I am Gauri from Children's Academy. So I had a doubt that I am an only child and I have a goal to achieve. But my parents are against it. So how can I convince them? Like, I'm in a fix. I don't understand. What should I do to convince them?
Good one. I think I really like the question. Have patience and speak to the friends and relatives who are closer to your parents. Instead of you are trying to convince them, it is always better that they be convinced by people who are there. One. Second, also understand what is their perspective. Before you reject their suggestion, understand what is their perspective. मेरा यहाँ पे आपको 2-3 सुझाव रहेगा. आप करने से क्या फायदे हैं वो एक लिखिए. By not doing that, क्यों नहीं करना चाहते हैं? By sticking to your goal only, what you have in your mind. What you gain and what you essentially will get, that you write in 1 page. Try to kind of let it kind of get it rephrased, that is, get it read by a teacher or someone else who can modify it, edit it little bit. And then loudly read it before mirror. If you think your arguments and your thoughts are making sense, then I would request you to spend time with someone senior enough of the age of parents, someone who's a good friend saying, uncle or auntie, I want a little bit of time with you. And then speak to them that, look, this is a small issue if they can help. Saying, look, I need just one chance because somewhere by taking up some other alternate, let's say by going for plan B, this is so and so. In case they also, you need to understand one thing. Parents and people of that age and category, they have lot of wisdom, innate wisdom. In case they also agree with your idea, they also agree with your thoughts, they also think कि भाई ये बच्चा जो बोल रहा है सही बोल रहा है, they will go ahead, take it up. If they feel कि यार ये, if they feel the child is talking something which is very not practical, relatively vague, या अभी clarity नहीं है दिमाग में, they might tell you also कि बेटा, why don't you think on these 2 to 3 things as well? Because your write up or your 1 page, 2 page, what your thoughts that are there on why you should do and why you should not do will capture your thoughts, your inbuilt ideas, but that will also capture your confirmatory biases that are there. होता है ना, आदमी जो सोचता है वो अपने आप को 100% सही मानता है. Somewhere we are unwilling to listen to the feedback which comes from the outside. So you're going to get that as well, and this document will become so rich, so beautiful, that it will help you in taking a very balanced call. Why? Because your parents, let's say, are telling you something and you are not convinced about it. You want to pursue certain goal, which you just mentioned. Fine. But if 2 to 3 other people, like this document you will be taking to your teacher, this document you will also be taking to 1 or 2 uncle or aunt who are relatively of that age category and thought process who are there. If these 2 to 3 people also in some sense are saying ki bhai, this is a good document and this can be taken forward, this should be taken in this fashion, then I think they are essentially, what is happening is you are getting, it's like ratification, it's like your document is being signed and verified by 2 to 3 seniors with that particular wisdom and that particular rich thought process. And in that sense, even though you are requesting your parents, humbly requesting your parents that, look, I want to do this, mujhe ek mauka dijiye, but you are doing it with, in consonance or with the opinion of 2 to 3 seniors of that age and level also. If you would start directly going and talking कि मुझे नहीं करना है या मैंने वो advertisement देखा ऐसे ही करना चाहती हूँ वगैरह, that will become a little vague, that will become very dreamy. They will not buy your argument. They will think कि यार ये बच्चा है अभी कुछ भी बोल रहा है, हवा में घूम रहा है types. So understand that many a times taking advice from seniors parallelly to improve your document. I'm not saying change your goal. You're just taking this document, 2 documents you are making. One, why you should do what your parents are suggesting. Second, why you should not do what your parents are not suggesting and pursue a certain goal. By taking these 2 documents to a good teacher in your school who essentially is your confidant. The confidant means who will not share your secrets to the rest of the world. And who also spends time कि बेटा बैठो मैं देखता हूँ, and then says ये 3 चीजें आपने देखी है, ये 2 चीजें आपने शायद भूल गए हैं वगैरह वगैरह, will give veracity to your document. It will give credibility to your document. And also, anything which you are missing or which you are not placing on document, what happens? We will write whatever is in our mind. Our language may not be conveying to the front person the way we would like it to be. It will get modified. And then you are talking to your uncle or someone very nice and very rich friend or whatever auntie, and then this double opinion will make you fantastic, your case very fantastic. It will go either completely this side or it will resolve your dilemma and you will essentially go completely that side. So that I think I'd like you to take note of. I hope what I said makes sense to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. I know we have paucity of time. Last question, Seema Sheikh from Mumbai. We have our topic for our theme for this is sustainable living. The belief is that usually the students or those who are pursuing career in IIM, IITs, AI AI, computers, they are miles apart from sustainable living. So I would like your take on this topic of sustainable living as to even when children intend to pursue this, how can they still stick to sustainable living? I know we are short of time, but a quick answer from your end.
No, that's good one. Very good one.
Thank you so much.
To
And
the
thanks
friends,
for that
I think,
very thought-provoking thoughts and conversations from your end. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. But this is a very fantastic
Only
idea,
3
madam, and
minutes you have, sir.
fantastic point
Thank you.
what you are saying. Sustainable living, Seema madam, I'll put it this way. To the friends, some of the simplest things we can do, whether we are from IIM or IIT or whatever, can be done even by our own self also. I'll give you one small example. Today morning I had a bath but without soap. Sustainable living. It's an example of it. It's an example of it. And so what I'm saying is, just because I'm a director and just because I have got access to so many things, I will, let's say, kind of pour through or consume whatever consumables are there and then put 100 grams of whatever XYZ. No. Sustainable living starts from ourselves only. It starts from us. Whether you are from IIT or IIM, etc., it starts from you, number one. Number two, understand one thing. The past generations, whichever they are there, whether they were in US or UK or somewhere else, they did something which is resulting in climate warming. Even we are doing something which is resulting in climate warming. Some of the best ways we can do it is, how can we ensure that the same essentially takes care, is in some sense, is arrested. And that initiative will have to start from you. Why? Because I'll give you a small example. When my grandfather was there for about 60 years, his health conditions were one. But today you meet anyone who's of the age of 60 years, you will feel them, they are able to walk and they are able to do lot more work. In other words, आपके केस में तो भाई your average age is going to be 90 or 100 years. And if your age is going to be 100 years minimum, and you have to work till 75, 80 years, I'm talking of young students there, you will have to understand what is sustainable living and stay there.
Thank you so much. I know we are having paucity of time, but this answer has really helped us. And yes, I am 60 plus, so that is very encouraging for me. Thank you.
So, okay, friends, before I take leave, let me again restate, saying it's a very valuable opportunity for me to share my thoughts. My apologies for not being there, and I hope I have given some meaning to the words of wisdom, which essentially was the topic and agenda that was given. Thank you so much. Take care, and may each one of you grow much more than what I have grown in my career. Thank you so much. See you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, he has been one of the greatest pillars of this institution. It is an honor to hear such an inspiring personality for being a beacon of excellence. Let us show our appreciation with big round of applause. I will request respected MD sir and ma'am to please welcome our guest, Dr. Ashok sir. I would like to invite Dr. Ashok Tahade sir to the stage. Thank you, sir and ma'am. Now I would like to call Diya ma'am to felicitate respected MD sir, MD ma'am and Srivastav sir. Sir, ma'am, please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I request all of you to have your seats.
Good thoughts serve your mind as good food for good health. So, I now call Regional Head AFS, Ma'am Seema Sheikh, for the welcome address. Madam, please.
Once again, a very good morning to one and all present over here for this region meet. It's rightly said that in small measures, life can perfect be. And that is what I realized when comparatively, this year, we have lesser number of schools coming over here for the regional meet. And as sir rightly said yesterday, yes, they were worried about the distance, about going to a rural area. But I think they have missed on something which is very, very wonderful. You know, this experience is so different. This experience is so exciting. And I think what we are experiencing since for me, last 2 days, is really something which, as sir rightly said just now, take away for us. He said that we all have to travel. And my dear children, I will like to say, when we say travel, let us travel as travelers and not as tourists. When we are as tourists, we are all in our comfort zone, not ready to step out of our comfort zone and experience that something which is different. We over here got an opportunity to have a taste of a life which is beyond the urban constraints. And we are over here today enjoying every bit of it. The very theme of sustainable living. Why have we selected that? Let me share with you that I am over here as the regional head by virtue of my gray hair. But otherwise, this is the work of the entire team. What you will see, what you saw yesterday, what you will be seeing throughout the day today. So, Sachin, Anjum, Deepa, Madhumita, Saurabh sir, Sunil sir, all these people and all those who have Indrajit, we have worked behind the screen. They all have put in the efforts to create the various sessions. But someone has to be there on the chair, and that is how I am here. And that opportunity given to me by Vidya ma'am, by Lal sir, and I'm so happy that this young generation, this team who is over here working to make it a success, is always trying to look at new perceptions. And that is how the sustainable living thought, this theme came up. The whole idea is to see how we as educators can create a future, better planet for you children. So that when you step into this new world, it is something that you are not an alien in, but you are aligned with it. And that's why the theme of sustainable living. Because today, we are combating so many issues of climate change, of depletion of resources, of social challenges, of polarization. And if we want to combat all that and emerge successfully, then there is a need for us to see that we are able to sustain ourselves and are able to adopt those methods in life. And I think here I saw right from the Goshala, which we visited early in the morning. I think right from there, the conservation of culture is such an important thing if we want to have a sustainable life. And that is what is offered over here. On behalf of AFS India, on behalf of AFS West Region, with the permission of Diya ma'am, of Sarita ma'am, I really take this opportunity very, very willingly to welcome all of you all. And I really believe that, and I trust that this is going to be a wonderful platform for all of us to rethink as to how we are living our lives. And we were very fortunate just now to hear Ram sir, where he spoke about things of thoughts through anecdotes. And I think as educators, we all need to not preach to our children, but give them live examples which will really help them think. As he said, that we need to look at our elders, we need to look at people who will understand our thoughts, and then he called them, they are the wisdom of learning. And this wisdom will enable you children to take your decisions. In this whole day, you are going to have this journey of wisdom, which will be in a very, very playful, in a very, very joyful way, where different educators from different schools, we have given an opportunity to all of them this time, rather than having speakers from different corners, our very own educators who have a wealth of knowledge and wisdom in them. They are going to help you all go through this journey, learn something different, take back a lot of things with you all, and through this learning, try to bridge the gap of the urban-rural connect. I think this sharing of knowledge, this partnership, this sharing of resources, because this partnership is never lopsided. The urban schools should never feel that they are having an upper hand. Because when I'm very fortunate, let me share with you that I got the opportunity when NEP 2020 was getting formulated from the central ministry. Urban-rural connect is one concept which has been intercepted in the NEP 2020. At that time, I was called upon by the Maharashtra ministry to take ahead the urban-rural connect. And the pilot project was worked on by me for 1.5 years, 18 months. My sir, Sunil Patel sir, is here. So along with his help, we had designed this urban-rural connect, which went on beautifully. And that was an eye-opener for us also to realize that we had to learn much more from the rural schools. We hardly had anything to give except technology, but a lot to learn from the rural schools about sustainable living. And that is why this topic is very close to my heart. And throughout this journey of having questions, I'm sure we have
का खेल कूद से ही आती है हिम्मत कुछ करने की, ये बताया करती थी मुझे हंस हंस प्यारी दादी। हमें चाहिए अजी चाहिए खेल कूद की आज़ादी, खेल कूद की आज़ादी। With these lines, let's invite our beautiful children with their enthralling performance.
आपने बहुत लोगों को कहते हुए सुना होगा, बचपन इंसान के जीवन का सबसे अच्छा समय होता है। ऐसा आपने बहुत लोगों को कहते हुए सुना होगा और आप इस बात से 100% सहमत भी होंगे। दरअसल जब हम छोटे थे तब हमारे सिर पर किसी भी तरह की जिम्मेदारी नहीं थी, दिल खोलकर मौज मस्ती करते थे। आज भी जब हम अपने बचपन की तस्वीरें देखते हैं तो पुराने दिनों को याद करते हैं। बहुत पुरानी यादें हैं, बचपन में बहुत शरारती हुआ करते थे।
को एक जुनून दिल में है इकरार, मैदान में बजती तालियां, हर तरफ है प्यार। Run and chase, it's the thrill of the game. Kho ka jadoo, no one plays the same. देश देश के खिलाड़ी एक रंगमंच पे मिलते, रणभूमि में टकराते, no time to get subdued. International spirit, no borders, no lines. Kho's rhythm, echoes in hearts and minds. Coco anthem, let's rise and shout. National, international, we're proud and loud. Coco anthem, together as one, from the rising sun till the day is done. सभी का जो संघर्ष, जीत का जो नशा, खो खो की इस दुनिया में सभी को है राशियां. Chases and dives, it's fast and it's raw. Kho ka jadoo fills मैदान with power. Kho में है teamwork, एक दूसरे पे विश्वास. हार जीत से ऊपर सबका है यहाँ साथ. Every turn, every twist, a new story begins. Kho की धड़कन, every heart within. Coco anthem, let's rise and shout. National, international, we're proud and loud. Coco anthem, together as one, from the rising sun till the day is.
पेड़ पर आम आते ही नमक मिर्ची का चूरण लेकर चुपके से आम के बाग में घुस जाते थे. यहाँ मुझे जगजीत सिंह का वह खूबसूरत गीत याद आ रहा है जो शायद आपने भी ज़रूर सुना होगा. ये दौलत भी ले लो, ये शोहरत भी ले लो, मगर मुझको लौटा दो बचपन का वो सावन, वो कागज़ की कश्ती, वो बारिश का पानी. समय बदल चुका है. आज की पीढ़ी पुराने दौर में खेले जाने वाले खेलों के बारे में बहुत कम जानती है. आजकल के बच्चे वीडियो गेम और टेलीविज़न से चिपके रहते हैं. इन्हें देखकर हमें अफसोस होता है जब हम छोटे थे तो हमारे पास समय बिताने के लिए खेल और खिलौनों की कमी नहीं थी.
हंसकर मिलकर बढ़कर डटकर खेल खिलाड़ी खेल, खेल खिलाड़ी खेल, खुलकर खेल खिलाडी खेल.
माझ्या मामाचं पत्र हरवलं, आम्हाला नाही सापडलं. 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 माझ्या मामाचं पत्र हरवलं, आम्हाला नाही सापडलं.
झुकू 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 आगीन गाडी, धुरांच्या रेखा हवेत काढी. पळती झाडे पाहूया, मामाच्या गावाला जाऊया, जाऊया, मामाच्या गावाला जाऊया.
देखो देखो क्या वो पेड़ है, चादर ओढ़े या खड़ा कोई. हे देखो देखो क्या वो पेड़ है, चादर ओढ़े या खड़ा कोई. बारिश है या आसमान ने छोड़ दिए हैं नल खुले कहीं. हो हम जैसे देखे ये जहां है वैसा ही, जैसी नजर अपनी खुल के सोचे आओ. पंख जरा फैलाओ, रंग नए बिखराओ. चलो 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 नए ख्वाब बुन ले.
टायर घुमाना. स्कूल से घर पहुंचते ही हम अपना बैग बिस्तर पर फेंकते थे और बिना यूनिफॉर्म बदले टायर उठाकर घर से निकल जाते थे. एक गांव से दूसरे गांव टायर घुमाते फिरते थे. इस खेल के लिए आपको एक पुराने टायर की ज़रूरत होती थी जो आसानी से कहीं भी मिल जाता था. हमारे दौर में भी इस खेल को अजीब समझा जाता था, लेकिन टायर घुमाने में अलग ही मजा आता था।
चक्के में चक्का, चक्के पे गाड़ी, गाड़ी में निकली अपनी सवारी। थोड़े अगाड़ी थोड़े पिछाड़ी, थोड़े अगाड़ी थोड़े पिछाड़ी। चक्के में चक्का, चक्के पे गाड़ी, गाड़ी में निकली अपनी सवारी। थोड़े अगाड़ी थोड़े पिछाड़ी, थोड़े अगाड़ी थोड़े पिछाड़ी। चुन्नू छबीले, मुन्नू हटीले, मखमल की टोपी, छोटू रंगीले। चुन्नू छबीले, मुन्नू हटीले, मखमल की टोपी, छोटू रंगीले। लल्लू बटाटा, लल्ली टमाटा, काम बनेंगे गट्टू गठीले। पेट में इनके लंबी सी दाढ़ी। चक्के में चक्का, चक्के पे गाड़ी, गाड़ी में निकली अपनी सवारी। थोड़े अगाड़ी थोड़े पिछाड़ी, थोड़े अगाड़ी थोड़े पिछाड़ी।
पिट्ठू। पिट्ठू आज भी उतना ही लोकप्रिय है जितना 25 साल पहले था। दरअसल इस खेल को खेलने के लिए आपको एक सॉफ्ट बॉल की ज़रूरत होती थी और 7 चपटे पत्थरों की। इस खेल को खेलने के लिए सभी खिलाड़ियों को 2 टीमों में बांटा जाता था। एक टीम बिखरे हुए पत्थरों को एक के ऊपर एक सजाने की कोशिश करती थी, जबकि दूसरी टीम का काम इन्हें रोकना होता था। यदि इन चपटी पत्थरों को एक दूसरे के ऊपर सजाते समय बॉल खिलाड़ी को छू जाती थी तो वह आउट हो जाता था।
सपनों का वो आंगन कहाँ, दर्पण बता बचपन कहाँ। सपनों का वो आंगन कहाँ, दर्पण बता बचपन कहाँ। सीधा सरल था जीवन जहाँ, दर्पण बता बचपन कहाँ। सपनों का वो आंगन कहाँ, दर्पण बता बचपन कहाँ। भाई से यारी, बहनों से मस्ती, उड़ती पतंगों जैसा था मन। जितने थे रिश्ते सारे थे मन के, उनमें न उलझन ना थी जलन। होती ना थी अनबन जहाँ, दर्पण बता बचपन कहाँ। सीधा सरल था जीवन जहाँ, दर्पण बता बचपन कहाँ। सपनों का वो
महाराष्ट्रातील गावाकडचे खेळ म्हटले की कबड्डी, खो खो, लगोरी असे खेळ समोर येतात. परंतु असाच एक गावाकडील खेळ जो साता समुद्रापलीकडे देखील खेळला जातो तो म्हणजे कुस्ती. कुस्ती खेळ फक्त भारतातच नव्हे तर संपूर्ण जगात खेळला जातो. कुस्तीला हिंदीमध्ये दंगल आणि इंग्रजीमध्ये रेसलिंग म्हटलं जातं.
मरघट तक है तेरी कहानी, पग पग प्यारे दंगल 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 दंगल। सूरज तेरा चढ़ता ढलता गर्दिश में करते हैं तारे, दंगल 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 दंगल। माँ के पेट से मरघट तक है तेरी कहानी, पग पग प्यारे दंगल 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 दंगल। सूरज तेरा चढ़ता ढलता गर्दिश में करते हैं तारे, दंगल 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 दंगल। धड़कने छाती में जब दुबक जाती हैं, पीठ थप थपा उनको फिर जगह बात बन जाती है। बावले हाथी सी हर चुनौती है रे, सामने खड़ी घूर के बड़ी आंख दिखलाती है तो आंख से उसकी आंख मिला के भिड़ जाने का नाम है प्यारे, दंगल 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 दंगल। सूरज तेरा चढ़ता ढलता गर्दिश में करते हैं तारे, दंगल 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 दंगल।
माझ्या मातीतला मर्दानी खेळ, जिथे लागतो शक्ती आणि युक्तीचा ताळमेळ, त्याचे गातो मी गुणगान. जो खेळ आहे उभ्या महाराष्ट्राची शान, सारे खेळ मागे पडले अशी मारली रे मुसंडी, हर एकाच्या ओठी आता एकच खेळ, कबड्डी 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 रांगडार खेळ हा खेळ आपल्या मातीचा, अंग व्याभानून जातो या हा खेळ निजड्या छातीचा. रांगडार खेळ हा खेळ आपल्या मातीचा, अंग व्याभानून जातो या हा खेळ निजड्या छातीचा. धूळ उडून केली तयारी, धूळ उडून केली तयारी, आता आली हो आमची वारी. खेळ कबड्डी 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 कबड्डी, जगात आमचा लय भारी. खेळ कबड्डी 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 कबड्डी, जगात आमचा लय भारी.
What an energetic performance, students. Now I take this opportunity to call Sarita ma'am, coordinator, member schools and volunteer, on stage to share her words of wisdom with all of us. Madam, please.
fully energized, and I can't put my words because the memory lane of nostalgia I have been, and I was thinking of playing Panche in the summer vacation, and that Gulmore family's yellow flower, and we used to go and collect the seeds and play with them. So really, thank you very much. Connecting with your roots is something which all of us have to remember. No plant can ever survive without roots. You learn it in the hustle and bustle of the life, forget that what it means to be connected with your roots. I sincerely appreciate and congratulate school for bringing us back, giving us time to understand where we belong, who we are. In AFS, the most important educational goal is, to begin with, is self-awareness, personal. Do you know yourself? You expand a little and you go ahead and say, do you know what your roots are? What is your culture? You ask any one of us, how do you greet your guests? They'll say namaste. Put your hands like this at your chest level and with calmness, and bow your head and say namaste. But have you ever questioned why? All the younger lot who are sitting at the back, can anyone say, why do we say namaste? And I'm going to disarm by telling you, Atiti Devo Bhava is not namaste. Anyone knows why do we say namaste? Why do we greet? Sachin, I want my students, yeah, please. Can somebody give her a mic, please? Please introduce yourself.
Good morning. I am Anvita from SGIS Kolhapur, and Namaste is actually said by joining hands and bowing your head. It is said to, to show that you're humble and you can bow in front of others, I think.
Quite good. Yeah.
Namaste means that I bow to the God in you.
Brilliant, brilliant. In Hindu mythology, it is believed there is a superpower, and whenever you talk of superpower, you put your hand up and say Paramatma. And we, the human beings, are tiny droplets of that Paramatma, that is the Atma. Our body is the temple in which this divinity lies. And when you meet somebody, you fold your hand in Sanskrit. Nama aste means I bow in front of you, as you rightly said. Gandhiji, I still remember, he portrayed Gandhiji when we went to his school. So he gave the right explanation. So what we do is that we bow, and with humility we say, I respect the divinity. I bow in front of the divinity residing in you. Now tell me quickly how many of us knew about it. Very good, very good. I just wanted to point out, this kind of self-awareness I learned in much later age when I joined AFS, and we used to have sessions of self-awareness. Know your own culture before you know others' culture. And when you know and you find that there is a difference, don't be scared of the difference. Appreciate the difference and rejoice the similarity. There are many similarities and the differences are few when we meet people. And what happens, unfortunately, is our focus is on the difference and not on the similarity. And AFS is a platform. I've worked with many organizations, but this self-awareness, this empathy for others, trying to listen to others, I have tried to imbibe in me when I joined AFS. And I'm so grateful. It was a life-changing, not in words, in action, an experience which I imbibed. And that is why don't relate AFS means going abroad. It's not that. This is what AFS wants you to do. Know your root, the awareness. And this is, I would give thanks to my national director, our national director, Mrs. Vidya. She brought a sea of change. I've been associated with AFS for 15 years, and I was very fortunate to learn with Angela ma'am, with Divya ma'am, and now Mr. Joseph, and now with Divya ma'am, modernity blended with tradition. We are forgetting our tradition. We should be proud of it. And when we talk of tradition, don't limit yourself, Mera Bharat Mahan, and do all kinds of things. Little things will make the whole difference. And each one of us is capable of making a difference. So don't forget that. And most importantly, learn to agree to disagree. You don't have to say every time, yes ma'am, but at the same time, be empathetic. Don't forget your roots. We are always respective to people. We show our respect to others who speak. Give them a chance. And while in the car we were just talking, I said, I think our politicians need to have a class where they learn, listen to others. So important. And we always lose patience and start speaking. This is one lesson which all of us have to take, of whatever age you are. Active listening. Very, very important. And I mean it from the core of my heart, how much difference it will bring to your personality, your own self, you will realize. I will not take much time, and thank you those who could make it, including me, because I was entering into, we teach in AFS, in intercultural learning, stretch your comfort zone. But don't stretch to an extent you enter the panic zone. Between the comfort and the panic zone is the learning zone. So most of the time I was thinking, should I? I knew the value. But somewhere I was trying to take calculated risk whether I'll be able to take it or not. Believe me, I have no regrets. No regrets. I can say today, thanks to my friend Seema, to Sunilji, to insist upon that and it is because of Dia ma'am that I'm standing here today with you and taking the benefits of learning. AFS teaches you to be a lifelong learner. It teaches you to collaborate. It teaches you to come out of your learning zone. I don't remember the exact words. In border, there was a dialogue. तुम्ही तुम हो तो क्या तुम हो, हम ही हम हैं तो क्या हम हैं, बात बनती है जब कुछ तुम करो कुछ हम करें. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sarita ma'am. We are now going to be addressed by Vidya ma'am, National Director, AFS. I welcome ma'am on stage for her words of wisdom. Madam, please.
Namaste, good morning, and Jai Maharashtra. I love that spirit whenever I'm here in Maharashtra, and I think entire West Zone here would be, experiencing that. As soon as you come in here, you see that spirit, and I love it. And I see that spirit throughout in the school, in this, everywhere you go, you see that spirit. So thank you, first of all, the entire management of the school, MD sir, ma'am, Sunil sir, Saurabh sir, for hosting us. And we are extremely fortunate to be able to come to such a beautiful place, to be able to come to such an, education institute where you see things in a different way. And what better a place to actually imbibe, experience what the theme is, right? Sustainable living. You actually see it here. You feel it here. And a little thing that I would just relate to myself, I was traveling for 2 days, and I traveled from Australia and came in, and everyone was very reluctant. You've just traveled from so far off, and it's almost like 24 hours I've been traveling. How will you make it here? And there's a lot of travel to come to this place. And when I am here, I feel half the tiredness just went away looking at the beautiful landscape. Do you experience this living in an urban village? This is something I think students who are living in an urban village would really be missing. So let's have a huge round of applause to the school for giving us such a wonderful experience. Thank you so much. And when I was coming, I was also, the things which I really appreciated in Australia, the beautiful landscape, the greenery, everything. I see it here. And that's where, with pride, I say, Mera Bharat Mahan. But that's where the thing is, it doesn't only have to be Mahan, but, be at par with the best of the countries. And we have it all. What is lacking is those little things, how to make it more sustainable, how to preserve what we have, and how to make the best of it. And who is going to do it? It's not the government. It's not the scientists, it's not people who are working on projects, but it is us, each one of us. And as all the speakers today have spoken, that each one of us makes that difference. From Ram sir, who talked about that today, how am I contributing to being more sustainable livelihood? I didn't use soap. Do you understand? Do you realize how much damage soap does? But not only are we using soap, but we are using, body wash, which has tiny particles which are really, really harmful. And when you read that, it's actually there. You're supposed to have it, on as the instructions. And it clearly says that this damages the environment. And yet, Consciously, we are using it because someone has shown that, you know, in an ad, and it's my favorite rock star or my, you know, favorite actor who has shown that and uses it, so I should use it. That's where we need to be very, very mindful about what we are using. And again, a very important thing, which again, we can relate to while being here, is healthy eating. We love to copy the West. Oh, let's have breads. Not realizing our own breads, which is our parathas, our rotis, and in different forms in Maharashtra, I had so many different forms of rotis. What do you call them here? It is amazing. And if you read the health benefits of those, you will forget your white bread. And brown bread, sorry, has color. Wheat bread, it's so many days old. What better than having freshly made breads in your own house, which is your rotis and chapatis and all of that. And this is one thing where we need to be mindful that whatever firstly we are consuming is making us what we are. Today, if we tell the students to sit down and have a meal, like we say in the Indian way, alti palti maar ke, niche baith karke khana, half of them won't be able to sit like that. Either you'll say, oh, my legs are too stiff, or my back is paining. Right? Today we'll have that test, sir, Saurabh sir. Today we're going to have that test, right? Yeah. So let's see how many can sit and eat sitting on the floor. And scientifically, all these things have been proven that when you're sitting with the floor, the energies that are coming into you. So today, please, everyone be very mindful of what you're doing and why you're doing that. And I want you all to, you know, keep questioning. I want you all to be really curious. That table there is already very curious. So I want you all to be really, really curious. Why do we do this? You know, today in the breakfast, there was nothing which was Western, all Indian. Why did we have that? What are the benefits? Right? Idli, it's already a probiotic because it has all the things which are very, you know, important for a healthy gut. Does anyone realize that? No. I don't have the time. I just saw something, you know, fancy, you know, in the market. And obviously, we all go to the supermarkets to do our shopping, and we look at all those packets ready-made. I can come, just put it in the microwave, heat it and eat it. The preservatives, right? It's processed. Be mindful of all the damages it is doing. Because as we talked today that we want, you know, the life to go up to 100 years, it has to be a healthy 100 years. And we have it all here in our culture, which we need to go back to. So everyone, please, every little thing that we are doing, be mindful. The cows that we saw here, it's a very rare and a very special breed. Understand more about it. Understand that milk, and now I think we've all also understood, like, you know, there's A category, then A plus and things like that. Why that kind of milk, right? How that is helpful, and then just getting, you know, something out from the fridge and drinking, not knowing how much harm it is causing rather than any good. Our local food, our local fruits, and what is seasonal. The importance of that. All that comes into the theme today. And we're going to really, we are very fortunate that we'll be able to experience and learn more about those things. So I want to thank the entire West Zone, Seema ma'am, Saurabh sir, Sunil sir, the entire team over here, and everyone from the West Zone who's contributed to it, to have something so meaningful. And why do we actually have these things here? Why do we have these meets? We talk about AFS, we are trying to make a difference, but how do we make a difference when we actually don't just hear this here, and once we get out of this auditorium, it's gone? No. Make it a part of your lifestyle. Imbibe it. And that is what, when you become lifelong learners, every day is a learning. And every day, and my favorite line which I say because I love the Apple phone, become a better version of yourself. Every few months you have that new iOS, right? Do you think for yourself also, am I getting better? Happening, learning, from everything that we are doing, learning from, the speakers, learning from our environment. So that is something which each one should, really, really be very greedy and take more, extract more, and make the best of each and every moment here. And I cannot, be ending this thing without saying thank you to Jayant sir, who wasn't able to make it. He was supposed to come here, but he wasn't able to make it because he had a very important, engagement. And we miss him here. He would have added more energy to this environment here. My team from AFS, Sarita ma'am and Shweta, thank you. And the rest of the team back in the national office in Delhi, who haven't been able to come here. So a big thank you for them. They have been doing everything in the background, what the West Zone is getting us. They're putting us together, and it's like, working together. Why? To make a difference, to make a better world. And each one has a capacity to become a change maker. And with the change maker, I want to put it across today that from this very region, from Nanded, there is a girl who won the Young Volunteers Award this year. And her name is Anushka. She is from a school from Nanded, and she went for her AFS program in 21-22 to Japan. And after coming back, because there's so much you learn when you go for a program, when she came back, she wanted to make a difference, and she started working on the rural front, because as you see, this whole area is very rural, bent over here. So she started working with the students there, especially from the lesser privileged backgrounds. And she created program called GLORAL, Global and Rural put together, GLORAL. And today I want to put it across that we want to revive that here. We want you all who are from this area and from any area where there is a rural bent, if you all can take it forward. So what we're going to do, Anushka is now, she's doing her further studies in Japan, but she will be guiding and mentoring. So if we can create a team here, and we can do that with the help of Sunil sir and Saurabh sir. By the way, Sunil sir was the principal from the school where she had passed out from at that time. So Sunil sir, that is your very own student. So we'll be coordinating with her, and we hope you can, run that initiative here, the GLORAL over here, and everywhere you can take it forward. So something that someone started and did very well, it shouldn't just end there. And that's what we say, sustainable, and when we can take it forward. So lots to do, lots to learn, and keep the energy on. And one thing, I saw those rock bands. Where are the two rock bands? If you raise your hands, there, you rock. Again, the cultural aspect which I saw yesterday was so beautiful. Because when I heard only the English version, I said, oh, what about the Indian part of it? And then they did it so beautifully. They just changed from the English thing to the Indian and very regional, rustic. And that was so beautiful. I think the entire audience was mesmerized. They were in awe of the performance. You all did a great job. And always remember, be proud Indians. Because when I go out, everyone, the way they talk about India, they love the food. Anyone you ask, what do you like about India? First thing, what do they say? Food, right? And what are we doing? I want to have pizza, I want to have burger. They love the food. And don't you think you're so lucky that you get fresh food every day? It is the best you can do to yourself. So let's, really think of that aspect also and be very happy and proud about that fact that we get that. Other things that they say, the culture. They love the whole family dynamics. They love how, you know, the family is together in India. So let us not forget that. So for all the students, connect with your grandparents, connect with your cousins, your aunts and uncles. And I was very happy because me being a teacher, principal and all of that, the teacher in me never goes. And I also, being a teacher, always want to keep learning. So I heard the word nibblings. Anyone knows what that means? Siblings is when you have a brother or sister. Nibblings in when you have a niece or nephew. So much to learn. So keep that connect. If you have, you know, some place which is there in the village, go back to the roots. Because that is where the roots are and that is where you can get your energy. Whatever from there, from your culture, you can imbibe, get into your daily living, your daily lifestyle. It is something which you should be very proud of. If you see Japanese, no matter which part of the world they are in, they will follow their culture and they're proud of it. The Chinese, the Italians, anyone you see. But what do? We somewhere lose that. We forget our own culture. We only remember a culture when it's a ritual, a festival. Oh, today is Diwali, I'll wear something Indian. Be proud to wear your Indian clothes. So that's the thing, you should be the one, because in AFS, when you go to another country, you are representing that country as a student ambassador. You become ambassadors of India. But as an ambassador, if you don't value, you don't respect your own culture, how can you impress the other? So first understand, be curious, find out. Like today we talked about Namaste. Every little ritual we do, every little thing that we do, in our food also, why are there those chutneys? What is the significance of it? What is the significance of, having other things along with it? Understand that. Be very curious, and that is something which is going to do you good not only today, but for the entire lifetime. So again, let's go back, enjoy ourselves, get to the, root of our own sustainable living, and make sure that we make it our own lifestyle. So with that, thank you, and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you, ma'am. Indeed, we are motivated by your words. Now, we welcome our second keynote speaker, Mr. Ashok Tahade sir, GM of Pioneer Industries, who generated employment for large mass of people in and near Dharmabad, and a visionary leader to share his experience with us. Please welcome him with a big round of applause. Sir, please.
So, welcome to the all participants, and thanks for the RKSVM for giving me this opportunity to speak on my favorite subject, sustainable living. Basically, I'm an alcohol technologist, and being a director of the Distilleries Association of Maharashtra, as well as I am representing here DHO India. You heard the name DHO India. So all the things which are coming from the industry point of view, so I will explain how all the things we are implementing in our systems. So, being an alcohol technologist, I will be briefing on maximum how to converting the ethanol from various feedstocks of the industries. So you know the ethanol, the government of India, the government of Maharashtra, the more focusing on the ethanol production from various feedstocks. And you know, just I want to share that the feedstocks like molasses, wheat sorghum, grains are consumed in the ethanol industry. Now government is focusing on the maize production and its utilization for the ethanol production. So you know why you require ethanol production from the industry, because to achieve your goal, India's goal to achieve 20% blending of ethanol in petrol up to 2025. So till date, we achieved 15% blending, and now India is focusing on 20%. So this will be achieved by using the various feedstocks. आप जानते हो कि अगर आप इंडस्ट्री बोले तो पोल्यूटेड इंडस्ट्री ऐसा आपको लगता है, but things are changing. We as a DHO, we as a ethnologist, our responsibility is to reduce, recycle and reuse. So these three themes, these three R's we are utilizing in our system. Once you say that how ethanol is manufacturing, so during the fermentation process, carbon dioxide is generated. If you see the old distilleries, old ethanol manufacturing plant, there was no availability of the capturing system. But nowadays, the peoples are working, industries are working, and now as per we have this rice husk as a fuel for generation of the steam and power. And this is one of the biomass. So automatically from the and people are online system called OEMS. India, of Maharashtra, monitoring the standard like SPM from has reduced, and there is control. People are very aware that the behavior things are there, and the reason all fuel as a person, as a DHO representative, we have solar. So there is of energy. So previously, you know, lot of fossil fuels has been used in government emissions and all the things. So we have converted the solar panels. So solar panels, you are better. So if you see person. DH person, in Rajasthan, there is another plant manufacturing ethanol of things. So people are there. Government has recognized this unit for the reduction of the water and carbon footprint. So as an industry subject, so there are no things available previously because reduction and recycle and reuse are there, and industry person, the things has been minimized drastically, and we are towards the sustainable things. So as an industry person, there is no work available with me. Thanks all the management giving this opportunity to speak on the sustainable living. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir, for your insights on industries and sustainable technologies added in the same.
महाराष्ट्र
अगदी बरोबर. आपण महाराष्ट्रात आहोत.
Maharashtra, India's third largest state in terms of area.
The state of which glorifies through a beautiful blend of nature, culture, modernity, and history.
The land where history goes through ancient land and diverse tradition thrive in harmony. The state takes pride in its wealth of historical wonders that reflects the grandeur of bygone eras with 5 UNESCO World Heritage Sites.
Maharashtra, a state steeped in human narratives, stands as a testament to the richness of India's varied heritage and the grandeur of its landscape.
So, here we gear up to showcase the most beautiful and enthralling cultural events that will visit you.
A rich cultural heritage is reflected in music with festivals celebrated with enthusiasm and fervor across the state. This morning, we gather to celebrate essence, culture, and tradition. Maharashtra, a land of vibrant heritage, unfolds its treasure before you today.
Hello. 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 Hello, check. Hello. Hello, check.
वाद्य मुरली नृत्य महाराष्ट्र की लोक संस्कृति की बहुत बड़ी पूंजी है, जो भक्ति कला और श्रद्धा का अद्भुत संगम है। यह नृत्य खंडोबा से जुड़ा हुआ है। लोक देवता माने जाते हैं, उन्हें शक्ति और भक्ति के प्रतीक के रूप में पूजा जाता है। पुरुष भक्त होते हैं, मुरली यानी कि महिला भक्त होती हैं। और लोक कल्याण के लिए नृत्य करती हैं, ऐसा माना जाता है। लोक और के माध्यम से करने का इस कला में सुंदर वेशभूषा, भावपूर्ण गीत, जोशीले कदमों का अनोखा संगम होता है। आइए आपकी तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट के साथ स्वागत करते हैं हमारे मंच पर वाद्य मुरली नृत्य। वैसे तो मंगला गौर के इस लोक कला में यह एक प्रकार है जिसमें पेश किया जाता है, जिसमें भक्त उत्साह से भरपूर होकर गीत गाती हुई युवतियां, महिलाएं खेल रही हैं और यह नृत्य विशेष रूप से मंगला गौर के दिन किया जाता है, जहां महिला रंग बिरंगी साड़ियां और पारंपरिक गहने पहनती हैं। आजकल अनेक विविध समूह में जहां जहां कार्यक्रम वहां को करते हुए महिलाएं नजर आती हैं। आइए स्वागत करते हैं इन कलाकारों का अपनी प्रस्तुति से फुगड़ियों की परंपरा को जीवन करने का सामने रख धनगर समुदाय महाराष्ट्र, कर्नाटक और आंध्र प्रदेश में निवास करता है। कुलदेवता है। इससे जुड़ा हुआ धनगर नृत्य, जो कि इस समुदाय का नाम ही धनगर है, उसी से इसकी नृत्य मुख्य रूप से भगवान विरोबा को समर्पित है। विशेष और धार्मिक अवसरों पर किया जाता है, जहां तालबद्ध कदमों के साथ नृत्य करते हैं। आइए इस नृत्य को अपने पेशकश से सभी को इस परंपरा को अवगत कराने हेतु अगली पेशकश आपके बीच लेकर आ रहे हैं धनगर नृत्य।
नामाने गणपती देवाला आणि दुसरं माझं नामाने सेवला आणि तिसरं माझं नामाने कैलासाच्या तांबाला आणि सोमवाराने मांडले
महाराष्ट्र की एक और संस्कृति नृत्य। आज इस पर पेश है महाराष्ट्र का जीवन और विद्यमान नृत्य, जिसका नाम ही लेझिम नृत्य है। लेझिम में जिसमें प्रतिभागी लेझिम वाद्य यंत्र को बजाते हुए तालबद्ध कदमों और गतिशील हरकतों से अपनी कला का प्रदर्शन करते हैं। गणेश उत्सव और भी अन्य उत्सव, जयंती और हमारी लोक परंपराओं का एक और भाग है, वह है आदिवासी नृत्य। आज हम इन सब परंपराओं के साथ अपनी संस्कृति के रंगों से जुड़े हुए एक विशेष अवसर को अनोखे नृत्य के रूप में यहाँ पर पेश कर रहे हैं। इन्हीं में से एक गोंडी ढेमसा नृत्य। आदिवासी समुदाय एक समृद्ध सांस्कृतिक धरोहर है। यह नृत्य उनकी एकता, सामूहिकता और प्रकृति के रूप में अपने प्रेम को दर्शा रहा है। ढोल, मांदर, तुरी जैसे अनेक वाद्य संगीत बजाकर इसे एक सुंदर सा माहौल तैयार कर यह नृत्य करते हैं। यह नृत्य न केवल अद्भुत है, बल्कि इनमें आदिवासी संस्कृति और जीवन शैली की एक झलक भी है। तो आइए जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत करें हमारे नृत्य का।
What a lovely performance. Gratitude is not only the greatest of words, but the parent of all the others. As we conclude this event, I would like to express our deepest gratitude, for it is gratitude that truly nourishes the bond we share. Thanking the Almighty. I am extremely grateful and honored to thank Diya Bajwal ma'am, Sarita ma'am and Sia ma'am from AFS India for giving us this opportunity to host the meet in RKSVM Dharmabad. Special thanks to the speakers who enlightened the opening with their presence and wisdom. I thank all the participating schools who showcased their cultural zeal. I would like to express a sincere gratitude to our respected MD sir, MD ma'am and the beautiful children who took us through and by the lanes of memories of childhood. Thanks to all the participants who made the event a memorable one. A big thanks to the technical team and serving team for their sound and support. Now, last but not the least, I thank all the attendants for their support and patience who made the event a success. Now I hand over the mic to Rajni ma'am to give us further information. Thank you.
I request all the volunteers, the supporting teachers to please call the dignitaries and all the schools towards the basketball court for photo session. Thank you.
We are going for the photo session now. After this mesmerizing event that was held over here, a big round of applause for all the students of Rajaram School. I know it has consumed our time, but it was worth it because we could see something fabulous. Right now, what we are going to do is we are going for a photo shoot in the basketball hall. From that stadium, we are moving to tea, and after tea, students will be taken to a different place. AD room area, second floor area. Educators, all the educators need to come back over here. I request all of them to be very quick with the photo session as well as your tea because we have to save on our time. अगर हम चाहते हैं कि हम हुजूर साहब के यहाँ जाकर हमारे तो जल्दी करना है और हमारा काम खत्म करके फिर निकलना है. So let's hurry with the things. Let's not waste time and come back as early as possible. So 10 minutes for group and 10 minutes for TV, guys, you know? Oh, not practical. Try your level best. Sachin is saying 10 minutes you complete both the things. Try your level best. Thank you, Sachin.